What's going on, everyone? So when you look at the Western Conference, no team outside of Denver really is a concern, in my opinion, for the Lakers. That doesn't mean the Lakers are just going to run through everybody. That doesn't mean that another team can't beat the Lakers. But I'm saying as far as like matchup-wise goes, as far as like the likelihood of them winning, I like the Lakers against everybody outside of Denver. Now, the Lakers have a long road ahead of them. It's not going to be easy. They still have to get into the playoffs for us to even have that shot or us to even have that chance. But I do think once they get into the playoffs, everything settles in. LeBron James and Anthony Davis, if they remain healthy, the Lakers have as good of a chance as anybody, right? Now, obviously, the hope is maybe somebody beats Denver, right? Maybe we play like the Thunder in the first round, like Minnesota in the second round, and then you close out against like, the Clippers or something in the conference finals. That's the hope. That's what the Lakers should be rooting for. But realistically, all roads are likely going to lead through Denver. And it's also very possible that the Lakers end up playing Denver in the first round of the playoffs. Now, many people have said that like, oh, if that happens, first round exit. Now, it is very likely, and it's not like I would bet against Denver by any stretch of the imagination, but I've talked about how two things. One, I really think if the Lakers get that first win, you'll see that like light bulb, right? I think part of it is just a mental thing. Right? It's just like you keep losing the same way. You keep thinking like, oh, this is the game. This is it. This is the moment. And Denver just kind of gets that second gear to beat you every time, right? But Clippers is a great example. Clippers had our number for literally years. Like we could not beat the Clippers to save ourselves. And then we finally did. And it's like, we can't lose now. It's like they have like 21-point fourth quarter leads and we're coming back and beating them, right? You have that switch. It's like, and then the narrative changed. And then all the outside noise changes to like, uh-oh, here come the Lakers, right? So to me, if the Lakers can get over that hump and get that first win against Denver, right? I really do think things will change. Now, I'm not saying lock it in. Lakers are going to sweep Denver. If they win that first game, that's it. I'm not saying anything like that, but I do think it'll be a much tougher matchup. And I do think that one win very likely will lead to several other wins. And then the question is, can they just win 4 to end up getting out and defeating Denver? We'll see. Time will tell. Another thing that, like I said, two things. The second thing is, I would rather, even if we play Denver in the first round, right? Give me the chance. If my option is miss the playoffs or play Denver in the first round, it's an easy answer. Give me Denver, right? Like, I'd rather have a shot and maybe, the dominoes fall your way and you win than the alternative, which is you don't even get a chance and you're sitting at home watching somebody else get an opportunity. So to me, give me the opportunity. But Nick Wright, host of First Things First, had a segment where he talked about the Lakers matching up against Denver in the first round. Now, however you feel about Nick Wright, this isn't about Nick Wright. It's about what he said in that segment that I thought was a good conversation and a good thing that I kind of want to explore and dive into with you guys. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. But Nick Wright said that he believes that the best chance the Lakers have is to play Denver in the first round. That essentially, you're never going to have LeBron and Anthony Davis healthier. The time in between games is longer, right? Some cases have 2 to 3 days in between each game, so the rest is more extensive, so that way LeBron and Anthony Davis can rest up and be healthier and healthier and healthier, rather than you play them in the conference finals or something like that, and it's like you're playing every other day. Right, so there's not really that gap in between for like the little nagging stuff that you just kind of want to rest and heal. So his argument was you're never going to play Denver fresher than if you're in the first round. Now, the counterpoint to that is same thing for Denver, right? Denver's going to have the same advantages. Denver's going to be able to heal up and rest up in between games. But I do think that is an excellent point. And it is something that I've talked on, like in a live stream. I know somebody asked me, like, when would I prefer to play them? And I know a lot of people are like, no, let's play Denver at the end. Maybe they're beat up, let people run through them or whatever. But the thing is, too, the Lakers have just as much of a likelihood of being beat up when we get to the conference finals as well, right? And you saw Denver kind of just run through everybody last year. And then we had the tough 6-game rounds in the first, second round, right? So to me, it's like we're probably going to have the same result, especially the way that this team is very inconsistent at times. We're going to drop games to teams. So let's say even if we did best case scenario, say we did play the Thunder and we did play Minnesota. And then we did go to the conference finals and we played Denver. Denver's probably running through everybody in like 4 or 5, if we're lucky, 6 games. But like OKC probably goes to like 5 or 6, right? The Minnesota Timberwolves series would probably go 6 or 7, right? So like let's say the first round Denver plays, I don't know, let's say they play Phoenix and they just run through Phoenix, right? Like, okay, so let's say they beat them in 5. And then the second round, they play the Clippers and they just run through the Clippers. Or worse, they play the Pelicans and they just beat the Pelicans and sweep the Pelicans, right? Like it's very possible that the Nuggets just kind of run through everybody and the Lakers are having 6-7 game grueling series. LeBron James and Anthony Davis are beat. Now you got to go every other game. You got a 39-year-old year 21 LeBron where Jokic and Jamal Murray are just, they're younger, right? So the bounce back's going to be better. So I do understand that argument. To me, I would rather play them in the first round too, for the reasons that, that Nick Wright highlighted, but also it's just, I also think if we beat Denver, the kind of like, oh, moment, all of like the heavens open, everything just becomes crystal clear. I just think the momentum and that like push and breakthrough will be explosive for the Lakers, right? Like where it's like, if we beat them, now it's just like, David just defeated Goliath, so to speak, right? It's like, now let's go. We're off to the races. I just think that would make the Lakers feel like they finally got that dark cloud. They finally got the monkey off their back, right? And I just think at that point, they're just racing. Where I do think, like, if we progress, like, so let's say we beat Denver and we play the Thunder in the second round, I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers just completely run through the Thunder and beat them in like 4 or 5 games. And I know I just said a minute ago that I think that series goes that, but again, I think that the implications of beating Denver would completely kind of, oh no, we really can go win this. Right? Where right now it's like we have the belief, we have the, we match up well, right? If we just kind of play our game, right? It's the generic thought. But you still have that like, but what happens when we run into Denver? Right? What happens when the big bad wolf shows up? Right? Like that's still a very real concern. Where I think if you beat them, now the entire team, everybody, the coaching staff, the organization, the fans, everybody goes, Lakers are going to win the championship, right? And the players are like, oh, we're really about to do this. Let's go, right? Let's fasten up, lace up our shoes. Come on, let's go. Like, I just think the mindset will completely change. I think everything would be different if the Lakers end up beating Denver in that first round. Again, I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's a lock to happen. Nothing like that. I just think if the Lakers ever were going to have the best shot, I do think the first round is the best opportunity. Now, again, I get you play them in the conference finals. Maybe somebody else beats them. Maybe you get the kind of like, bad luck, right? Like, it's just, to me, instead of having to expect that, like just bring them on. Let's just attack the problem head on, right? Let's just go at it full force and let the cards lie where they lie, right? If we win, sky's the limit at that point. We're coming. If we lose, then guess what? We weren't going to win anyway, right? Like that. I mean, you got to beat the best to be the best. So to me, like, I don't want to duck the smoke. Bring all the smoke. Let's get it, right? Again, I'd rather have the chance and see and live with the result than not have the chance at all. And you beat Denver and you go win the championship, guess what? There is no excuse. What is anybody going to say, especially in the grueling West? Again, if we play Denver and then say you play, the Thunder or the Timberwolves, and then you play the Clippers or vice versa, right? Let's say you play the Clippers, say you beat Minnesota or you beat Denver, you play Clippers, and then you play the Timberwolves, and you win, and you get to the finals, and you play, say, Boston or something, and you win the chip. Like, what is anyone gonna say? We just went through the toughest schedule that there was, right? And now we go in and we play the best team in the East all season, and we won. No, even if we play somebody else that's random, like, that's not our fault. Like, we just got to play the team that beat us, right? But we still had the most grueling, rounds of the playoffs. So to me, give me the smoke. Let's go, right? Because if you win that, you beat Denver, I just think the sky is the limit. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you agree? Do you think, like, yeah, bring them on in the first round, fresh, ripe, ready, and then, yes, if we win, then the momentum kicks in? Do you think no, right? I want them in the second round, want them in the third round, whenever. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. However you feel about it, let me know down in the comment section below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Now subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.